Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Lopes on Movies. My name is Joey, and today I am joined by Kyle.
What's up?
And Connor, live in New York City.
Hey, Joey.
So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. By the time this airs, it'll be one day before Thanksgiving, so this is kind of our Lopes on Movies Thanksgiving special. And I think
Thanksgiving
Eve.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving Eve special.
Thanksgiving Eve is almost as big a holiday for people as Thanksgiving because it's where they come back to their hometown, they go see people that they haven't seen in a while, and they go to the bar and they see that their old friend or not so friend from high school is big and fat, and then they feel a little better about themselves, and
then I wave to Connor and he doesn't wave back, and it's just depressing.
Oh no. So I've always been of the opinion that Thanksgiving is kind of like a lame holiday, or maybe not a lame holiday, but very clearly just like a practice run for Christmas. Am I the only one that kind of feels that way?
It's a very uneventful
I don't know.
holiday.
People really like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a good time to eat food. People like that.
Right.
But and football. Football's taking it over too.
Football.
Oh,
yeah. That's part of it. I guess there are some unique things to Thanksgiving. I just feel like when you're like Thanksgiving food's not that different from Christmas food, and ultimately like everybody gets together for Thanksgiving only for everybody to get together again a month later for a better holiday.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, the holiday itself is kind of like fraudulent,
A little bit, yeah.
But Thanksgiving.
The sentiment behind it is good, I think. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day, I think.
Coming together, giving
thanks, and let me tell you something, guys. We really need to give thanks for some of the movies that we got this year, because I was really thinking that this was going to be just a garbage year for movies, where we were just going to have to endure the coming decline of film as a medium. But instead of that, we got quite a lot of really great movies. And I mean, I could already kind of think in my own head, like, what my favorites are going to be by the end of the year. And it's going to take a lot to top, things like The Irishman, things like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You got Parasite, you got The Lighthouse. I mean, there's some very, very high-level movies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the last few weeks have been pretty strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Every single one of those I want to see again.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've already seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood twice, and I would see it again. I mean, that movie is lovely. But The Irishman is one that I absolutely, like, as soon as possible, need to watch that again. That's a major, major, major movie. And now that it's actually coming out on Netflix, probably a couple days after this airs, maybe even the day after. Everybody listening to this, please set aside the 3.5 hours make an evening out of it. Just queue up Netflix, bring up The Irishman, and just, enjoy a work by one of the true masters of cinema, Martin Scorsese. All right.
Yeah.
So we didn't see any movies last weekend because we're, dropping the ball. I think we could have seen Ford versus Ferrari.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
We could have seen that. We could have seen Last Christmas, of course, with Emilia Clarke, the new Christmas film.
Is that in theaters? For some reason, I thought that was like a Prime movie.
No, it actually is in theaters. But it kind of looks like a direct to Netflix movie or direct to something movie. But no, it actually is in theaters.
Interesting.
There's also Frozen 2, I think. Came out.
Frozen 2. People are real excited.
Already like breaking records.
Yep.
Yes, it is. But I did not see Frozen Run, so I'd be very confused. I don't know. I wouldn't know what was going on in the story. Although we did play through Kingdom Hearts 3 recently, and there is a frozen world in that game, so I kind of know what happens in the movie, but with anime characters in it as well. So that probably didn't.
I mean, if we go see it, we're only going to be disappointed by the lack of, anime characters.
I would think so.
And lack of Goofy.
There's also A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, the Mr. Rogers movie. That just came out.
I feel like
I might be
see
seeing
that
soon, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like
I might be able to comment on that.
Like, I was very, very strongly debating seeing it because it got some pretty good reviews, but I just have this thing against seeing, like, biopics and movies about specific people.
Yeah, what I'm told is
really,
he's not in it.
didn't.
Like it's not only about like Mr. Rogers. Like there's more around it than just. So it's not like a traditional straight.
Yeah. There's that guy from The Americans is in it, Matthew Reese or whatever his name. And
yeah, there's a handful of movies that I would see Ford versus Ferrari. I would see the Once Upon a Time, or no, sorry, what is it called? The Mr. Rogers movie.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood again.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
What's the other one I want to see? I actually do want to see Knives Out because I really want to know if Ryan Johnson is a fraud or not.
I think that
is that Ryan Johnson?
it
movie?
is. Yeah, it's a Ryan Johnson joint. I have a feeling Knives Out is probably pretty fun.
Yeah,
but,
it looks fun.
Yeah,
you know. And I
Knives
really
Out,
like Daniel Craig when he's doing like non-James Bond roles.
Oh yeah,
I think it's kind of fun to him do something that's like different because I think he's a tremendous actor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a great cast in that movie overall.
Yeah.
There's so many people in that movie. It's so. Yep. Here's the thing: Ryan Johnson made a couple of pretty decent movies until The Last Jedi, and then he kind of became a little annoying on Twitter after The Last Jedi happened. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not capable of making a good movie. And I think Knives Out is probably pretty fun. It's been getting a very good reception, I think. So
it looks like a fun movie.
I definitely would be interested in seeing that.
All right, so we're just going to speculate here about things we want to see, maybe.
Well, now that I'm looking at the list, there's quite a few things out that we very easily could have seen, probably should have.
Don't worry, guys. Next week's episode is going to be great.
We got to do like a crazy like catch-up episode where we just go through all of these things. And
I agree. We just bang them out.
Yeah.
But okay, how about this, Connor? I know that you saw a recent movie at least, so we could maybe talk about that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I saw the biopic Honey Boy, which came out earlier this month. I saw it in I guess it wasn't an advanced screening. It was like the opening weekend, and they were giving out as like many tickets as possible to go see this one. I think I'm not really sure what the push was to get people in the theater, but there were packed theaters to see Honey Boy. And I can tell you right now, Honey Boy is the story of Shia LaBeouf, you know, the famous actor who started off as a child actor in the show Even Stevens and many other little things, and
he ended up in Holes. I think that was like
he was in Holes, which is a big
movie
one.
Breakthrough.
And then when he was a little older, he really hit it big and was in those Transformers movies. Which
he was something
we all loved.
Sam Witwicky. Was that his name?
I think that was.
Got it, Joe.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was also in that bad Indiana Jones movie that came out.
He was
the Kingdom
Indiana
of the
Jones' son.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I always kind of thought of Shia LaBeouf as a pretty good actor, but I thought of him as like just a crazy person for no reason, and it was hard to like understand like his rants. Like there was a while where he was just constantly in the news for getting arrested or doing some kind of crazy stunt.
Yeah,
you know?
I think there was like I don't know how many years ago it was at this point. It's probably a while, but he went through his performance art phase, or what was kind of explained away as performance art, where he was just doing a lot of really weird things. I think my favorite of the weird things that Shia did was when he did hashtag all my movies, where he just invited people to come to a movie theater to watch every single movie he had been in with him.
Yeah, with him too.
And he had like a webcam on his face and a live stream of his reactions to every movie that he did. Right. That was fun.
He was kind of strange. You guys remember that song, like the Shia LaBeouf song? Like
there was a Shia LaBeouf song?
Well, that came out. It was like
wasn't it like that like it was like a play or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a weird play thing. It was like I didn't think I just liked the way his name sounded. It was something like like they were trying to say he was like a serial killer. It was like, and then it kind of went, it's Shia LaBeouf, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. You know,
yeah,
like that
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Wow, that's a blast from the past. That's like
so a lot
really
of things
old
are Shia
internet
LaBeouf.
stuff.
So this movie, Honey Boy, it was written by Shia LaBeouf. And the gimmick in this one is that he plays his father.
Ooh.
In it, yeah. So I was not aware at all of the kind of upbringing that Shia LaBeouf had, and it kind of makes sense now why he's a little bit, went into a bit of a, weird spiral, if you could say. But the guy was clearly just a tremendous talent. He has the ability to like change his voice extremely well. Lucas Hedges plays Shia LaBeouf in this one, and I think they changed his name in it too. I think that for there might have been some reason why they couldn't actually have him be like Shia LaBeouf. Like it wouldn't
Right.
be his actual name. I think his name might have been Otis or something like that. I think, but it was about Shia LaBeouf, and his dad was a pretty like bad guy.
Yeah, that's the impression I was getting from the trailers, that he was just like a really, really overbearing, like crazy, like trying to really push Shia into doing this acting thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, but so he pretty much grew up in like a motel community that with very, very poor people, and his dad would just like drive him to or like on his little motorcycle, drive him to whatever acting gig he had, and kind of like creep out the people around him, and then he would bring his son back and like pretty much like abuse him, like not like mentally, and like it really scarred him, and like to the point where Lucas Hedges playing Shia LaBeouf when he's older, like he was diagnosed with like PTSD, with like the kind of like traumatic experience he had, and you find out also in it that Shia LaBeouf was paying his father to be his father and take him around to these things because he just wanted a family. Like it was like sad.
When you say paying his father, what do you mean exactly? Like his dad wouldn't have been around if he wasn't? Like
yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
thing?
The movie strongly implies that, and he even says to him at one point when he's a little kid, like 10 years old or something, that if I didn't pay you, you wouldn't even be here at all. And it was like pretty sad. His father was like a former like rodeo clown. He was trying to like make it seem like this was like he missed his big break, but he could have been there. But then sort of kind of comes to the realization that it was really Shia that had all the talent. He's trying to push him, but it's like a weird dynamic. The thing I'll say about it, overall, I appreciate what they're doing here. It's not like a hero worship thing by any means. Which is what the problem is with a lot of these biopics, but it does give you an idea of why Shia LaBeouf is the way he is. And I think he really did, put it all out there. There's nothing sympathetic really about everything. And there's even scenes where you see like Lucas, like some of the famous ones where he's getting arrested and screaming at the cops, "What are you arresting me for? What did I do?" and all this stuff. And like, that was in it. Like, so he not trying to shy away from any of it. The only thing I would say is the story is fairly thin.
Yeah, I mean, that's the constant struggle with the biopic, and like you said, that Shia LaBeouf isn't pulling any punches here, but at the same time, like a life story is not necessarily a like well-structured story.
Right.
So if you're just gonna kind of do that, you can get some like really emotional and interesting moments out of it, but it's kind of just a collection of moments a little bit, and then the movie's over. And that's kind of what always happens. The thing is too,
for this one, there aren't a ton of moments. Also, it's just like it's more of an experience feeling kind of thing than anything else. One thing I will say is Shia LaBeouf really did. My impression of him did change after seeing like this, and he was also on. You ever watch that interview series with that guy Sean Evans called Hot Ones?
Oh yeah,
where the guys eat the hot wings. It's really good, and Shia LaBeouf is on it, and he seems like such a really like genuine person now. He seems to be in a good place. He has like this acting studio that he has a bunch of like kids that have been on it and that have gone through it and have got actual acting gigs. It seems like he's given back now, so it's
that's good.
Yeah, so I think and I always thought Shia LaBeouf was a pretty good actor. Like I didn't like the Transformers movies, but he was, I guess, good in them. It's a.
Yeah, he was whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we've talked enough about the Transformers movies for one episode. I will say my favorite Shia LaBeouf film is his "Just Do It" video. That was a lot of fun when that first came out on the internet, and I respect his message as well. If you want to get something done, just do it. Stop sitting around, just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just do it.
I agree. Okay, so that was Honey Boy. I would say, I guess it's okay. If you're curious about Shia LaBeouf, maybe watch it. But hour and a half, even hour and a half felt a little long.
Okay, we are back, everybody, and it's time for the most exciting part of this episode. Connor, can you please introduce what we're about to do?
Oh, yes, I can. All right, back, for popular demand is our movie trivia segment.
Oh, it's been so long.
This is my favorite part of this.
Yeah, this whole show, right? All right, so this week, because it's Thanksgiving week, we are going to do Thanksgiving movie trivia questions.
Oh, man.
Oh, but there's so many Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah, so, the thing is, there really are not.
I can't think of a single thing that this could possibly be.
Oh, but you're gonna like it. I can
This is
already
why
tell.
I'm so excited.
Okay,
Hey,
guys. So the thing is, I have 3 questions for you.
Okay.
And if you get all 3 right, I have a prize for you.
Okay, but let me just ask you: do you actually have a prize for us? Because the last couple of times, I feel like our prize situation has been a little bit sketchy. A little bit not there.
Well, the first time there was no prize, but the second time there was a prize. You
There's
just didn't appreciate the
an
prize.
iTunes gift card for $5 or
Yes.
something like that.
I'm still waiting for that in the mail.
Yeah. So, yeah. Don't worry. There's another one. Don't worry. Okay?
All right. I'm ready. I'm ready for a prize. We're gonna win.
Okay. All right, guys. So like we were saying, there aren't a ton of Thanksgiving movies, believe it or not. There really aren't. There's a lot of Christmas movies, but a lot of Halloween movies, but there's not a lot of Thanksgiving. So I had to kind of, cut some corners here.
I think outside the box, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit outside the box. So, what did we talk about on Thanksgiving? We talk about turkey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's a turkey? It's a bird, right?
Yeah, it's a bird.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So there's you're already onto something. Okay.
Thank God I watched Chicken Run so many times. I'm gonna nail this.
No, it's
Okay,
chickens,
guys.
not turkeys.
Oh, my bad.
All right. Are you ready for question 1?
Connor, just
do it.
Let it rip.
Okay. So this is a multiple choice question, guys.
Ooh. Okay.
Who of the following did not voice a character in the Angry Birds movie? Okay, did you guys see? You guys saw that, right? Of course.
How about you just give us the multiple choice?
Okay, yeah.
answers?
Here's the multiple choice. Okay. Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, and Bryan Cranston.
Oh
Which
my
one?
God, they're
did
all so perfect
not?
to be in that movie.
Any of them could have done it. Oh no.
Okay, would it help if I gave you the names of their characters in the film?
Well, wouldn't one of them not have a name because it wasn't in the film?
Well, I guess it wouldn't help. But I just named the characters in the film.
Tell us the character of the character that's not in the movie.
Oh man, this is really tough.
Yeah, I have no clue.
All 4 of those guys would totally take the paycheck to be in the Angry Birds movie.
100%.
Oh man.
Yes.
Well, we know Josh Gad is a super sellout, so he's definitely in this movie.
Well, here's my thing, Kyle. Now,
Alright,
Okay,
here
let's
we
hear
go.
it.
we've joked about Josh Gad so many times, just
So many
in
times.
private and in public, that maybe Connor is like thinking that we're gonna think Josh Gad was in it.
He's pulling a fast one on us.
He's pulling a fast one on us. So maybe Josh Gad wasn't in the Angry Birds movie, but these other 3 guys actually were. Because I could see all
maybe
3.
he had some deal with Disney where he can't be in multiple animated features.
That's possible. You can't have like the Angry Birds equivalent of Olaf. That wouldn't work.
Exactly.
I think Kyle. I think I gotta go with Josh Gad. I think that's what we gotta say.
You feeling
I'm
Gad?
feeling Gad. I think that might be the answer.
Gosh, it just pains me to have Josh Gad as an answer.
But, however, is this where we're at, Kyle? Or...
I guess maybe Bryan Cranston, because he didn't really fit in with that group, but he's also been kind of a sellout lately, so it wouldn't shock me at
Would it
all.
help if I just named some other actors who are in this movie who provided their voice?
Sure.
Okay. Bill Hader,
Of course.
Peter Dinklage,
Of course.
Sean Penn. Sean Penn?
It's just like everybody in
Penn.
Hollywood.
Keegan Michael Key,
Oh, of course.
Kate McKinnon, Tony Hale, Hannibal Buress, Maya Rudolph. There's a whole bunch.
Literally anyone is game. This is stupid. All right.
So yeah, now my Bryan Cranston argument goes out the window. He would
They
100%
got
be
Sean
in this.
Penn. They can definitely get Bryan Cranston. All right, that's it. Josh Gad, final answer.
Yeah, I'll go with Josh Gad. He was probably in it, but I'll go with Josh Gad.
Are you guys kidding me? Josh Gad was, of course, in this. The answer was Bryan Cranston. Kyle, you are absolutely
was
right. Bryan Cranston was not in this.
I'm sorry, Walt. I didn't give you enough credit.
Okay. Connor, can we still win? Is it best 2 out of 3?
I'll see about it. Like, you got the second one right, and we'll see.
All right, let's move on.
All right, like, I'm not gonna. I mean, you gotta get something right. You gotta make me feel a little better about this, before I start promising things. Right.
Right.
Next question. The movie from 2017, Lady Bird, won 2 Golden Globes.
Okay.
What did it win for? What were both of the awards?
Connor, how about you give us some multiple choices for this? Because
give us some multiple
I don't
choices.
know if we're ever gonna get this.
Yeah, these Turkey Day questions are a lot harder than I thought.
All right, okay. You know what? You're right, guys. All right, so I'm going to give you the 4 that Lady Bird was nominated for. And you got to give me the 2 winners. How about that?
Okay, that works.
Okay.
First one is Best Performance by an Actress in Supporting Role in a Motion Picture, Laurie Metcalf.
Okay, next.
Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy.
Okay.
Best Screenplay, Motion Picture, Greta Gerwig. Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Saoirse Ronan. So those are the 4.
Okay.
So it's Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role, Laurie Metcalf. Best Screenplay, Greta Gerwig.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out. I'm saying Best Supporting Actress for Laurie Metcalf and Best Screenplay for Gerwig. Are you happy with that, Kyle?
Sure.
Maybe this was just some crazy dream, but I seem to remember this winning Best Picture. Because it didn't win Best Picture for the Oscars. So, I definitely agree. I'm pretty sure What's-Her-Face won Best Supporting Actress, but I'm going to go ahead and say it won Best Comedy, which it definitely was, too.
I'm just going to stick with Kyle. I agree with him. Final answer.
So those 2 were Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and
supporting actress.
Yeah, supporting actress.
Supporting Actress?
Yeah.
So Laurie Metcalf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 out of 2.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. So Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Kyle has been on it. You just got to give Kyle more credit here.
Wait, didn't I just say a few minutes ago that Bryan Cranston was in that movie?
Yeah, but you were feeling like Bryan Cranston could be like you guys were hard on Josh Gad, but you were thinking
someone has to be.
All right, let's hurry this up. We got to get to the next question.
Okay, you're right. Oh, the other one was Saoirse Ronan. Saoirse Ronan won for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture. Musical
I thought Metcalf
did not
won
remember
stuff.
that at all.
No, she was nominated. Okay, guys, this is not the best performance.
Well, these are not the best Thanksgiving questions. These are bird questions.
No, I mean, what? They're birds. Thanksgiving. Come on, you eat the turkey is also
And
a
only
bird.
one of the questions actually revolved around birds.
Okay. All right, guys.
Final question.
Here's the final question. Here's the thing. This movie's from 2011. All right, that's already a pretty big hint. What is the name of this movie? This Thanksgiving movie. Family Guy. This is what I'm going to read is the IMDb description. Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Family Guy Jack prepares for an annual event he dreads, the Thanksgiving visit of his twin sister, the needy, passive-aggressive Jill, who then refuses to leave. What is this Thanksgiving
I think I know
movie?
this one.
Wait a second. Are you serious? This actually takes place at Thanksgiving?
Yes, this is a Thanksgiving movie.
Oh my god. Wow.
Do you know this movie, guys?
I think I know what the answer is.
I told you I was going to give you hints, though.
Kyle, do you think you know the answer?
I have a pretty good idea.
Well,
If you want a big hint, Al
No.
Pacino is in this one. You know, it's,
Okay, so it's not bench warmer.
All right, Connor. I think we all know the answer to this movie. It's one of the great films of the 2010s. Probably the best film released that year.
Oh, 100%.
It is the Adam Sandler classic Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill. Good job, guys. You actually got one right. All right.
All right.
Cool.
Hey,
awesome. Jack
we
and Jill.
did it.
Yeah, good job, guys. You actually you got this one.
So I mean,
Jack and Jill, a great Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah, I had no idea. Maybe that's the only Thanksgiving movie. Now that I think about it.
Yeah. So I think the reason why I wanted to end with that one is the point is there are no Thanksgiving movies, and the closest thing to that is Jack and Jill, which I would highly recommend anyone watch the Red Letter Media Half in the Bag Jack and Jill episode if you want to know more about Jack and Jill.
Yeah, there's a great Occupy Wall Street joke in that video, so it'll bring back some memories of the early 2010s for you.
Yeah, it is. So it's yeah, he's going back in time a little bit. Yeah. The one thing I am excited for though, bringing up Adam Sandler, is the movie he's in called Uncut Gems.
Oh yes,
that's coming out.
Yeah,
we were all excited
month
for Uncut Gems.
That's one that I really want to see. When Adam Sandler is not like in control or like the writer, screenplay, whatever, or it's not like his movie, he actually can give a good performance as just an actor.
No, he's
in dramatic roles too.
Yeah,
and sure. I think he's really bringing his A game for this Uncut Gems.
Yeah, I am super excited for Uncut Gems. But
Yeah.
more importantly, Connor, we technically got half of the questions correct. So where does that leave us with this prize?
Unfortunately, that would not qualify for the prize.
Well, what was the prize? What are we missing out on?
Well, you're just gonna have to wait until next time. This is gonna carry over until the next movie trivia thing, and I like to put a theme on it too. So.
Well, we gotta make sure that we do a nice Christmas episode then, so we can do Christmas movie trivia, and knock it out of the park and finally get that fabled prize for the Lopes on Movies trivia night. But
yeah.
Until that
well,
point,
good try, guys. I'm glad you got the last question.
Thank you. I'm sorry that we couldn't win. But you know what? Here's what matters, guys. The Irishman comes out in a few days, so go watch that. And
starring Al Pacino, who was in Jack and Jill.
So really, there's a Thanksgiving connection. It's going to be a great movie to watch over the Thanksgiving weekend, and I hope that it means as much to all of you as it meant to me. It meant to all of us. So we will see you next week for Last Christmas, reviewed live on Lopes on Movies.